Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. We're all going to take a little walk together in my intuitive garden and look at the energy for Taurus for October 2025. I'm using the Starlight Tarot deck for the first time on camera. I'm very excited, and you should be too. Remember, this is a general reading, and there's a link in the description box below if you'd like to book a personal one-on-one reading with me. That will take you to my website, and all the information is there. All right, let's see what we have for the energy for October for my Taurus friends. Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Emperor, King of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, we're heavy on the swords energy here for you, Taurus. And no wands. I love that we have the Emperor at the outcome of your reading, but let's look at it piece by piece here. So in the background or the recent past, I'm getting that you've been finding some clarity, some peace and calm after kind of a bumpy ride, some tumult, some tumultuous time, some tumultuous energy. This could be specifically related to your thoughts or conversations internally, externally, both. And there's a letting go I'm sensing here. Come to think of it, this is the only Six of Swords that I've seen where you actually see the passenger's face or facial expression. Usually you just see their back as they're moving forward. And I'm getting some, she seems solemn. Like some of you might be taking inventory on maybe something you had to give up in exchange to find a more peaceful solution or way to be or place to be, whether it's actually physically finding a new place to live or travel to, or if it's a state of mind. But it came at a price, is how I'm hearing that. The Page of Swords here is, he's prepared or preparing to have a big conversation. Or he may still be contemplating if he's going to use that sword. So you might have something, you know, in your pocket, whether it's a truth, some information, or a conversation, almost like it's like a wild card and you're not sure yet if you're going to use it or put it into play. This is very interesting. And I'm getting in particular that this might come up around the full moon this month, Taurus. So be mindful of the full moon energy. It could either trigger a conversation or it could just delineate that that's when this energy might be at play. So let's see where this goes. Now the Eight of Swords is about not seeing all the options, being very limited in your perspective, in what you believe, feeling trapped and stuck. Look at the imagery though here, Taurus. That wrap over her eyes isn't even tied. It's like it's just floating there. And same with the tie around her wrists. You see that big gap between both wrists. She could just pull her hands right out of this. And this is telling me that, again, you might be feeling like you don't have all of the options available to you. But this is saying if you tune into your intuition, you're already free from whatever this situation is. Oh, there's more. And you're believing you're left out of some level of community and or prosperity and abundance. Very interesting. As if that's not available to you. But back to that imagery, it absolutely is. It's just a matter of realizing that you're the one keeping yourself stuck. The Knight of Cups brings forth a heartfelt offering. This might be you offering some peace and love to a situation, to a relationship. It might be offered to you. And I'm feeling like I need to show you how these are laid out in this spread. Hi. So this knight is facing this Page of Swords that's just ready to strike. And what I'm getting, and there's that moonlight again, shining out. I am really getting to lead with love. And look at even this horse, how it's kind of bowing down a little bit. It's not aggressive. To soften your approach. I mean, he's a warrior that's, you know, ready to fight. And the Knight of Cups is saying, put love into the situation, put love into the conversation. If this is just an internal dialogue, this still applies. This could be a battle you're having with yourself, feeling stuck inside yourself. And this is a reminder to look at it through a loving perspective, whatever it is for you, Taurus. And that's going to be the fruitful ingredient that allows for growth. If you're just in your mental energy and in your logic, Taurus, you're going to prevent yourself from growing or the situation from growing into something that has potential to heal or to be fruitful or joyful or whatever that might mean for you. And the Emperor in this deck is nurturing a child. And that child feels very safe and secure, snuggled up to dad. But look at the expression on this Emperor's face. It's kind of reminding me of this expression. So you might still be challenged, Taurus, to trust that everything is okay and that you are safe in yourself, in the world, in your relationships, whatever that might mean for you, Taurus. And yeah, he's still holding on to something. But it's such an interesting, I'm getting dichotomy, that's not the right word, cognitive dissonance. Your heart feels one way and understands one way, and your head feels the opposite. So I'm seeing you just sitting in that space here, Taurus, of both. Of keeping your heart open, yet also being on guard. Very interesting, because how do those two happen simultaneously? Do they? Can they? Let me know what you think in the comments, Taurus. But this is a delicate balance of owning your power, being in your power, but remembering tenderness and kindness first and foremost to yourself, for yourself, as well as for the situation and others. And I'm going to include, if this is a situation involving others, to look through the eyes of their inner child wounds. Whomever you're dealing with or have been dealing with, again, if this is an external situation, has their stuff too. We all do. And I really believe our unfortunate, unkind, selfish behaviors sprout out of wounds and protective mechanisms from being really hurt. So remembering that for others as well, that well, you might be feeling hurt or like you need to protect yourself. This is reminding us all that we all have healing to do, and we've all made mistakes. And maybe that's the message coming through here for you, Taurus. Now we have further clarification with the King of Cups here. He's known for being emotionally in balance, a very loving confidant. And this is a beautiful nighttime scene here in this deck in particular. And it's showing me a different side of the King of Cups that I've ever seen in any of my other decks. He's not really hiding his emotions. He's not... I feel like, let me say it this way, Taurus, you're comfortable being in your emotions and letting others know your emotions. You're not invested in putting on some front that will please others or make you look more respectable or more admirable or more strong, to others, that you're just owning your own emotions and not hiding behind them or hiding them from others. And I love how this is grounded in the Queen of Pentacles energy of just allowing things to be as they are. There's a great deal of acceptance that you're learning right now, Taurus, and that is a big, big win in the landscape of human growth here on Earth. Acceptance is a tough one, and I feel like you're allowing your feelings to be what they are, and whatever situation you might be involved in, for it to be what it is. And you haven't lost complete sight of playfulness and having fun, and your own abundance and your own ability to attract what you need in your life. So it would have been very different if the Queen of Cups had shown up with the King of Cups. But again, the Queen of Pentacles just brings such an earthy energy, and you understand earth energy. You understand prosperity and resources and financial security, and I'm getting that you have that, and that you can take comfort in that and take joy in that, and it's okay to have fun and be playful and not be so serious about whatever this is, that, yeah, you know what that is for you, Taurus. All right, let's get a clarification here with an oracle card, and I'm going to use the Elemental Empath deck. That's the final message here for this reading for Taurus. Remember, please, to click the like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, leave a comment. All of that helps my channel grow. Relating. I love it. And this is in the earth element. So that's what I was saying here too. As well as, you know, kind of coming from your heart energy, not necessarily your angry mental energy, but this is also relating to your inner child, as well as the inner child of others. Because whomever we're interacting with has inner child energy and wounds, whatever they are. You know, some people have had a better time of things than others, but I feel like everyone has had some kind of experience with wounding or trauma, and I'm going to quote others who say there's trauma with a big T and there's trauma with a little t. So, you know, it may not be something terribly horrible or abusive, but there just may be times where you weren't seen, or you didn't feel loved when you needed to feel loved or validated or something like that. And everyone has somewhere on the spectrum, you know, more than one experience like that. And that's, I think, what we all need to remember. And this card is reminding us. So I'm going to let you tune into the image, Taurus. Look at that wonderful spark of light coming out of her heart space. And that's the love coming from this Knight of Cups, offering that heartfelt energy and communication. And underneath it says comparison, others' projections, and self-reliance. Right. So we can compare in a way that brings neutrality and healing to a situation in the way I just mentioned, by acknowledging that maybe we're not as different as we thought, or our feelings might not be more important than others. It might be more equal than we think. Sometimes we think, well, yeah, I've done some things, you know, or I've said some unkind things, but what you did was worse and what you said was way worse. And that's kind of splitting hairs is what I'm getting from this. That's not the most beneficial way to compare. Better to compare that we're more similar than we think. So others' projections and self-reliance. Notice this light. It's like a unicorn horn coming out of her third eye on her forehead. And trusting in your own reality and your own intuition and your own perception. Again, remember how I said, you know, you're comfortable with letting people see your emotions and exposing your emotions. Others' projections would, to me, fall in the category of judgments. If others are seeing you in a negative light, it always comes back to that means they literally can't accept that in themselves. Yeah, in themselves. And then we project onto somebody, you know, that they're bad or they're wrong, or how could they be so blatant with their emotions, and it might be because we are not comfortable showing our emotions, and maybe secretly we wish we could. So there's that too, of just knowing that you're the author of your own perception of yourself and your own love for yourself. Well, it seems like you're definitely in the thick of a situation here, whether it's internally, externally, or both. I hope this reading was helpful, Taurus, and Check out the weekly reading if you haven't already, the weekly forecast for the general collective as well as last week. Those are still very valid. Even the week before, those are going to be valid really for the next several months. So if you haven't already seen them, please take a look on my channel. Until next time, take care.